What's this? Woo! It's Maddox. Bro, what are you doing in there, bro?
I have come.
For Christmas?
Yep.
Guys,
It's our Christmas episode. Roll the intro. Boom.
Merry Christmas. Merry.
Merry.
What's a playoff you Merry playoff you
Merry playoff you Well,
I got my wrapping paper blanket. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that.
anyway, so it may look a little bit different or without Ben's standard.
Yeah, we
His
thought we were
mom
gonna
is
get
running
him.
errands. Miss
We couldn't make it.
Natalie.
His mom's running errands, but
Miss
I got up at
Natalie.
4:30 so I could be here today.
Yep. Show up to a 3 o'clock shoot.
I got up at 4:30 because I had to work a full day before I came.
Oof. Yeah.
And I'm going to do a Christmas service after this.
So am I.
Let's
I'm
go.
not doing anything, but I'm gonna tell
Man.
you. We had an interesting round one, if you know our Clemson Tigers.
Hey, you know what?
Play some sad music.
Out of all the okay, I'll do the little sad rain filter from the Twizzler clip, man.
We were so close, and then we just had to have that blindside block, which I loved until we didn't score the touchdown.
Which I love
And
until
then we tried to run the ball against the SEC D line. It was just so many what ifs to that game.
Oh yeah, but this is maybe a hot take, but in my opinion, out of all the games that happened, Clemson was the only team that actually had a chance to beat the higher ranked team. Like if you look at Penn State, SMU, Penn State dominated.
Correct.
You look at
I
Notre
speak
Dame,
a lot more about
Indiana,
this game.
Notre Dame dominated. You look at
go.
Ohio State, Tennessee, bro. Ohio State went crazy. I love that game. I only watched till halftime.
Me too.
No,
I watched at halftime.
I think I watched till half because that was Saturday. Yeah, I had to get up at 6 on Sunday or whatever.
And stay till
And
8.
then I was there until 7:30 or so. But, dude, those were some great games.
Oh yeah. So, first drive for Clemson. Really, it was a really good drive. We scored touchdown. Boom.
I know. I was
7-0.
I just woke up from my nap because I had to take a nap, and because I was up early all week. I wake up. My dad texted me. He's like, "Clemson just scored first drive." I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go watch the game."
And then
It was decent.
quickly realized how an SEC team, for a year one SEC team, they're pretty darn good.
They're a really good Big 12 team.
They're just SEC tough. They hit harder.
Yeah, yeah.
They run faster.
They're
Their
the-
O-line and
They're the
D-line,
second best team in the SEC.
possibly even the best.
You can't say it. They've lost both times.
I
to
think
Georgia.
they could be the best if they put Arch in. You put Arch in an SEC championship, they win the championship. Every time he went in against the game, I got so scared. Because
He didn't do anything against us.
what they've done now is smart because everyone's seen them run the ball. And
Now they start passing with him.
now we start passing, run the ball, so the running back, smart, so many wrinkles to the playbook. But
Sarkisian's a great play caller, great play designer.
them glasses, though, that he wears all the time,
The
the little ones, little black little ones with the orange bands,
I think I know what you're talking about.
they're so ugly.
I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, he's a great play caller, but we intercepted the ball, he ran it back for a touchdown. If that big number 8, big, 350-pound
What's
big.
his name? I can't.
He's a
remember his
new
name,
up-and-coming guy.
but
He's like a
really
Dexter
good.
Lawrence guy.
He's really good. I can't remember his name.
But he absolutely drilled
Bang!
Mayers, their top-tier center. I was like, let's go. Crush him. Spit on him. Stomp on him. But yeah, it's not a good Christian attitude. But then I realized that took away our touchdown, and we didn't score a touchdown after that. I was like,
Man,
if we didn't do that, and then we were on the 1-yard line, 4th and goal, if we had just thrown the ball to Antonio Williams,
Oh man,
I mean, he's been so good every year. Just so,
and he was killing it that game.
yes. I mean, if we score that, and we get a 2-point conversion, we're winning with a minute left in the 4th quarter. I was already thinking what I was going to buy from Fanatics on my T-shirt. Man, I'm still going to buy a T-shirt. I mean,
Yeah.
we're in the first ever 12-team playoff. It's history.
Somehow,
It's
we
history.
got lucky, but
I don't care. We got in. Okay, second game that happened.
we're still a good team. We played Texas really
yeah.
close, and we
Hey,
could have beat them.
We're really young. One of the only notable guys that are leaving is Barrett Carter. TJ Parker's staying.
And we got we got Peter Woods, Sammy Brown.
Yep.
Cage probably gonna stay another year. Yep. Antonio Williams, I think, is a senior though.
I think TJ Moore.
TJ Moore will be staying.
Bryant Westco Jr. They're both freshmen. I mean, they're the only.
I don't know if you saw this or not. Dabo's dipping in the transfer portal for a bit next year. He's already picked up two receivers, I think.
Actually?
Yeah.
From where?
I don't remember. I saw it the other day.
This is a miracle. He went into the transfer portal. He knew he could not have done this without the transfer portal. And you know what one thing we need is some big D linemen. We got some big boys, but we need some bigger boys. They got some good dudes. If we're going to go into the playoffs.
We got some big boys. We got that Peter Woods, man.
He's got to develop, though.
He's getting there, though. I mean, he was a freshman this year, right? Or
no,
sophomore?
He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
So
He's young. He's learning.
He's got to develop. He's such a vital part to this D-line. T.J. Parker's putting everything on the line. He's got to.
Yeah, you definitely were able to see this year how young the defense was.
Yeah, I love Peter Woods. He's my favorite defensive player. Him and Nick Bosa. I love him so much. But unlike Nick Bosa, Peter Woods has got to step up to that level.
Yeah, Nick Bosa is amazing, bro.
He's so awesome. But he's beating. I compare him to Christian Wilkins, the Dexter Lawrences, the Shaq Lawsons. I mean, those are the dogs. And now we're getting those guys again. We're developing that D-line. He's got to step up. He will. Dexter Lawrence had...
And we got Maffa. He's we got a good
Maffa's
running back.
Leaving.
Yeah, he'll probably be leaving. But
Jay Haynes. He's a good running back.
We've had a great chain of running backs. It's going to keep going.
Yeah. So next
with that line developing... offensive line too.
Offensive line. I would say we need to transfer. We'll get some transfers.
Yeah, we need some bigger guys on the offensive side.
Tennessee, Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith. I've been saying that dude's a dog. I don't know who.
They finally started using him. They
One play
picking on.
I
don't remember who it was, but they were picking on their entire secondary. Every time he was on an island, every time he was man on man, they were like, "Oh, we got him. He's open." Touchdown!
Like me on church.
Bro, it's like the first quarter, and Will Howard's already got 200 yards passing.
But Tennessee, to their credit, came back. But they lost.
What do you mean came back?
They came from 21-10. But then, what was the final score?
42-10.
Oh,
he said they come back.
I only watched the halftime. I didn't even see the highlights. I was
going to say, you only watched the halftime. He's like, yeah. Oh, man.
Well, they crushed them.
Domination. Ohio State doesn't have the greatest record against SEC teams, but they're looking good this year. If that Ohio State is the Ohio State we see the rest of the college football playoffs, it'll be tough to beat.
Yeah, okay.
And they were mad. They were mad about Michigan. They came out that a point to prove.
Pepper spray. Indiana Notre Dame. This was the game right before all the other games. We'll say. Your dad prevailed.
Oh, he was very happy. Oh, it wasn't the most hype game. It was just it was dominant, but not in a flashy way like Ohio State felt.
Yeah. But that's what you need.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a pick in a 97 yard. 98 yard run. Just
longest in the college football playoff history.
Just boom.
Wait for Genty to break that. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. Brogo 99, 100, something like that.
Notre Dame, they're coming for Georgia. That'll be a really good game.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. We're just tough for Georgia not having Carson back, but I think Gunnar Stockton's good. Obviously, he carried them through he led the team I think through the fourth quarter and maybe a bit of the third quarter. I can't remember exactly when Beck got hurt in that game, but he played well. He played composed in the SEC championship, so he's still gonna be able to lead Georgia, and that's gonna be a really good game.
Yeah, SMU Penn State. Domination.
Pretty much a blowout, yeah.
SMU design.
Penn State has better athletes. They're more physical.
Tell me what I said last week.
SMU shouldn't have gotten in.
I went on a rant. Yeah, and I was so right. I've been right so many times this season.
SMU is good and they're flashy, but they're not physical enough. They only have better athletes than the rest of the ACC.
They're second best.
Obviously, I love the ACC. Yes, second best. Obviously, I love the ACC. But we're not the best conference. we're not the best conference.
We're barely better than the Pac-2. Come on now.
Oh, no. We're better than the Pac-2 now. Now that they don't have people in
we have two guys in the playoffs, so. There's two teams lost in the first round. But
Yeah, but we were pretty close to beating Texas.
if we played like a,
Couple plays different, man.
I mean, yeah.
But
So
watch out for us the next 2 years, 3 years.
oh yeah,
We're coming for blood,
Oregon, Ohio State at the Rose Bowl,
dude.
January 1st
It's a
at 5
classic.
p.m.
It's got that Pac-12 Big Ten feel. Obviously, they're both Big Ten now, but it's fresh. It still feels like it. I remember watching this same exact thing. Rose Bowl, Oregon, Ohio State is like 2012, 2013.
Oh, I wasn't there.
Something like that.
I was 2 years old.
Electric game. Yeah, this is like one of the first games I remember watching. And Mariota was playing in it, I think. Electric game. I think Ohio State ended up winning. So close. It was so good. Man, I'm excited. I am so excited.
I would be more excited.
Let's not forget, last time they played, Oregon won by 1 point.
Ooh.
Now, there were some missed opportunities, and they could have won by about 5 or 6 more. About a touchdown. They could have won by about 7.
We're the Oregon guys on this show.
But it was very close. It felt a lot closer to me than I thought it would be because I felt like Oregon actually outplayed them pretty much the entire game, but it was very close. Man,
But
I
Ohio
hope
State
we
was just
see the
hanging
same
on.
Ohio State we saw on Saturday.
I just want Oregon to win.
I want Oregon to
said-
win, but I want to see more of that Ohio State. It's
I
electric.
said I want Clemson to win. If I had to have any team win, it would be Clemson 1, Oregon 2, probably Notre Dame 3, and Penn State 4.
Yeah.
Maybe Ohio State 4. But Oregon,
Yeah.
I think they're winning. And why I say
Go Ducks.
Rose Bowl at 5 p.m., why did I say that? That's sunset time. That's when the sunset's peering in like
Only
that.
here.
What?
Only here. It's in Pasadena.
Oh, what?
It'll be 2 o'clock in California. Bro.
Never mind. Wait, it still would have it just at the end of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, by the end of the game, we'll probably be close.
I think Oregon wins.
Bro.
I think Oregon wins 21-18. A close game.
I think we're going
Dylan
to see
Gabriel,
but I think we're going to see more points than that.
Dylan Gabriel, and maybe like a 42-39 game, maybe.
That's a weird score.
I
42,
know. I was
38.
just throwing out a number.
38 is
numbers.
reasonable.
38.
Or 42-41. I could see that. That's tight.
But Oregon has too many playmakers. They have too much speed.
Yeah.
They have developed a new way of college football. Everyone's
And,
especially now, everyone's tough, run the ball, and Oregon's over here quietly being undefeated, quietly still being number 1 since
and
week
they're good
7.
at running. They have
They're physical enough to win. the
Jordan
championship.
James, man. Dude, he's good. Under the radar. He's a good running back, and he's supported by a great O-line.
They
that
underrated.
Gives Gabriel the time to throw the ball to all his receivers. He's got Tez Johnson, a top-tier receiver under the radar. There's been so many good players this year that Oregon really has been able to fly under the radar, beating teams and winning.
I really should have
And they
worn
just
pants.
Why?
I'm sweating.
That's funny. I took off my shirt that was under this.
I don't even have a shirt on underneath this. Jeez.
And he's still sweating.
It's uncomfortable.
Man, it's going to be good.
It's gonna be good.
It's going to be good.
That was on January 1st. Other game that's on January 1st is the Peach Bowl with Texas and Arizona State. Interesting game.
Hey, look. I think Arizona State is flying under the radar.
No.
They're good. They're good. This is going to be a good game. Obviously, you think this is a hot take, but this is going to be a good game.
Can I just say something? This entire season of my hot takes, I think 1 or 2 of them have been wrong. One of them has been Arch Manning
That he was going to leave?
or replace.
Okay, yeah.
And another one, I forgot what's the other one, but it was wrong. I said that Indiana is not good enough to go to the playoffs. We saw
They
that
did
against
go
Notre
to the
Dame.
playoffs.
But I also said they're a good team, but they're not great. They're blowing out teams that they should blow out. What does that prove? That you can win? Sure. I'm saying the same thing about Arizona State. Sure, they won their conference championship, but so did almost
But only
SMU.
because Texas lost.
Yes. Arizona
Or because
State.
Texas left.
Arizona State, they have a good offense. I said in the playoffs, in the conference championships, that 9 out of their 10 receivers average over 10 yards a catch. That's really good. But you're facing a Texas team that I was so mad at. Horns down, I'll be doing that all to next year. But they are good. 300 yards against a good Clemson defense running the ball.
not our best defense, but
Solely running the ball, they had 300 yards. Against Peter Woods, number 8, Arizona State is too soft. They're too weak. I see Texas winning 42-21. This is at 1 o'clock.
It's not like this is a game that never occurs. They've played a lot because they used to be in the same conference. This is going to be a good game.
I see this being a game that comes on at 1 o'clock. You're like, oh, football. And then you watch for the first quarter and you're like, oh, Texas is going to win. I'll go get some mac and cheese. It doesn't occur to you.
I'm just saying,
occur to you that this game is irrelevant. This is like the SMU Penn State game. Comes on at 1 o'clock. You're like, I got nothing else to do. I got nothing else to do in my life. That's what I was feeling. I was like, I got nothing else to do. Sure, I might as well watch this.
just wait, just watch.
This is the problem with the 12-team playoff.
You get a couple teams in that aren't quite good enough.
Yes.
Well, I think what we're getting is the 12-team playoff is good because it expands, especially with NIL, where now other teams other than the SEC can get these players. The SEC has been playing their players for a long time. They've just been better at it than other conferences. But now that that's even, we have a year like this year where we do have a ton of good teams. Like this year with the 14 playoff, we would have been disappointed because we wouldn't have been able to get everybody in.
Yeah.
That should
Would have been like.
But it's going to keep spreading out more, and we're going to have more even teams.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, in my opinion,
like Boise State would not have made it probably.
They shouldn't have made it. Period.
Yes, they should have. They earned it.
Whatever. I'll get to more. I'm literally about to go to them, but the greatest thing, in my opinion, that happened to the college football playoff was the 14 playoff. The BCS was a dumpster fire. I wasn't around for it, but I know it was a dumpster fire. You had a computer generate, hey, roll the dice, these two teams are good. But the best 4 teams playoff, there wasn't any buys. There wasn't any, you're automatically in. If you lose a game near the end of the season, you might not get in. The best 4 teams in the rankings go the best 4 teams in the playoffs. That's how it's supposed to be. Sure, it's year 1. Sure, this is like a little experiment. But we've got to realize that Arizona State should not have a bye instead of Texas. We got to realize that Boise State earns a bye over Ohio State or Tennessee. What?
All right, here's where it comes in. Do you know what loss Boise State has on the season?
Oregon. I get
By how many points?
I don't know.
3. They lost by a field goal to the number 1 team in the country.
Not only that, but how is Arizona State ranked above Texas? What I'm saying is...
I understand what you're saying.
I get
look, in the playoff system we don't make it in.
I get that, but I'd rather have that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have justice for Gotham.
It should be a 12-team playoff, but the change that needs to be made is your 4 best teams get the byes, not your 4 best conference champions. Yeah. Your 4 best teams get the bye. Your 8 next teams get in and play in the first round. That's what it needs to be. Maybe we'll see that change this offseason.
That's what I'm saying.
But
basically, exactly
I think 12-team is better because with NIL, we have more than 4 teams that deserve to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. It needs to be expanded in this way. Mm-hmm. But we got to get rid of these first-round byes for your conference champions. It's just got to be your 4 best teams.
That's what I've been saying, man. Justice for Gotham.
Justice for Gotham.
The best 12 teams. Period. I don't want an automatic bid ranking, none of that garbage. We have a ranking show on a Sunday after the conference.
I don't mind automatic bids for your Power 5 conference to get championship to get in. But that doesn't mean they should get a bye. It should still be your 4 best teams that get a bye.
I don't even think they should be automatic bids because it could be unfair for let's say we rewind this year, same outcome, but the best 4 teams get in as unfair to Boise State. Like you said, they played really good. That's unfair to them. But that's also justice to Arizona.
Yeah, but they still would have made the playoffs.
That's true.
They were like
what I'm saying
6.
is no automatic bids. That Sunday when we release all the rankings, we release the top 12 teams, and those top teams all go in. 1, 2, 3, 4 all get a bye. The rest of that, and maybe we can even expand it to no buys.
You'd have to go to 16 teams.
That's true. Maybe we even do that.
That's a lot of teams, though. Are we gonna have that many teams that deserve it?
That's true.
That's the tough thing. But I like this setup.
Imagine a 1 versus 16 team playoff college football.
Yeah.
It's magic. But there's a lot of kinks to be worked out. Proof of Arizona State they're gonna get crushed. Notre Dame, Georgia, the best game of this second round, I think. Maybe close to
Oregon, Ohio State is the best game of this round.
I don't know. I think Notre Dame's going to beat Georgia 24-17.
I think Notre Dame can win. I really do.
We have been high on Notre Dame.
They're good.
And
Especially since they lost to NIU. My brother went to that game.
Brandon?
Yeah. And
He's tall.
he's banned now from going to games because they lost. He went with my uncle who's going there right now. And my uncle was at the Indiana game this last Friday. And
wow, that's a good game to go to.
yeah, but my brother Braden's now banned from going to ND games since they lost to NIU.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
This is gonna be good, man.
I said
ND
in the beginning of the year.
Physical, ND's big. They're running the ball well. This is gonna be good.
I said in the beginning of the year, Oregon and Georgia. I've been coming back to this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I changed it last week to Oregon, Notre Dame. If Notre Dame plays Notre Dame ball, they could beat Oregon. Like
Yeah, they're very.
they would
physical.
have to,
They're very
Oregon
physical.
would have to play down.
I think like my
for them to
thing.
beat them.
My thing with this game is like Georgia hasn't like this year they don't show that like they're definitely the best team in college football.
Here's something
I haven't
surprising to
seen
say.
that.
I haven't seen the it factor from them. That sounds crazy. I get that because we've seen the it factor for years, like Stetson Bennett, Carson back when he was good last year. Their defense is good, but not reliable.
They're very good.
Their offense
all
is good,
around,
but it's not reliable.
But there's just like the one thing missing that doesn't separate them where you say, yeah, this team is the best in college football.
I'm gonna go through all the teams that are still in right now that find that it factor. Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith. The wide receivers. That it factor is their
Emeka
running
Egbuka.
backs. Emeka Egbuka.
Travion Henderson.
That's their
Quinshawn Judkins.
Their offense is their it factor.
As
can
you
even say
saw,
their defense.
their defense is good too.
Crazy.
But like their offense, like dude, when you can't score, and the other team can score however much they want, that's what Ohio State does to you when they play like they did against Tennessee.
Oregon, their it factor, again, their offense, their playmakers. That one playability to score a touchdown, that's their it factor.
That big playability.
Arizona State.
Cam
What's his first-
Scatterbo.
Cam Scatterbo?
Yeah.
That's their it factor. That man, that's just your rumbling down through. That's their it factor. Texas, their O-line, their D-line. Their running game
Specifically.
specifically.
But not only do they
Jeez.
have the running game, they got Mr. Ryan Wingo to Ryan Wingo to back it up. They're
yeah.
big target wide receiver.
And Isaiah Bond.
And Isaiah Bond, yeah.
Man,
and
he's a
you
dog.
got two star quarterbacks.
Yep.
Their offense.
Any Notre Dame's their it factor is their defense. This is a hot take, but their secondary. I mean, especially their secondary.
It's actually
that's their
it's been
it
struggling
factor
a little
for me.
bit because of injuries. They've been flexed out a bit and
But
struggling
if they
a bit.
have their
but they're
full
still
team,
doing good. Oh yeah.
man, you can't pass against them.
And I
you
said
can't
this.
Run against them.
I've said this.
Yeah,
I think they have the best running back room in the country.
I don't believe that's true. I think Ohio State still has that. I think they have the best secondary in the country.
I think maybe Ohio State's running backs are better, and Notre Dame's line is just doing better for them.
But they have
But
that
Notre
one
Dame has Jadarian Price, Jeremiah Love, and what's his name Williams?
I don't know Notre Dame.
All the way through their third string are top tier running backs.
Yeah.
Like any of them could probably have a Heisman contender season.
Yeah.
At whatever school they want. Williams is a true freshman. He's so good.
Yeah. Boise State, their it factor.
Barry Sanders Jr.
Ashton Genty. It's super easy. And their quarterback. He's a sleeper good quarterback.
He's
I watched
sleeper.
him. It's hard to watch because it's so late. But when they're on at a reasonable time, I watch them and I'm like, dude, this guy is balling on another level. They don't need Ashton Genty to win games. SMU. Wait, why did I
Not
put...
SMU. That's just
I wrote Penn State. I wrote SMU. Penn State. It's that running game. It's that defense.
Don't.
It's that
forget
defensive secondary.
Drew Aller and Alex Warren. Dude, he is the best tight end in the country.
That tight end
or
is
Davis
the it
Warren?
factor.
What's his name? Alex Warren?
But that running game includes him. I mean, he is the best tight end that I've ever seen in the college game since Brock
Tyler
Bowers.
Warren.
He's the Swiss Army knife that I've never seen before.
You talking about Tyler Warren? Yeah.
Like, Brock Bowers was a pure tight end. He didn't run the ball. He didn't pass the ball. But he could catch the ball and could go for yards. This man, I mean, he does it all. What do you want to do? He's such a big wrinkle in the playbook that Boise State's going to have a hard time covering him. Now let's go to Georgia. What's their X factor?
They don't quite have something. They don't
Their
quite
toughness.
have. Their toughness.
If I
their
had to
grit,
put one thing,
their 3 interceptions per game.
if I had to put one thing as their X factor, it would be their toughness.
If I had to put one thing as their it factor, it'd be Kirby Smart.
That's so true.
Bro.
We were at a tackle shop for baits for fishing. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Carter Todd. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Poor guy. Yesterday, I heard he was thrown up this morning.
Yeah, yesterday he got sick. Well, kudos to him, though, because he got sick. He was supposed to play at our Christmas service.
Yep.
He taught his sister all day how to play his part on the drums for it. And then she came up and did good. So shout out to the Todds.
Dang.
Yeah.
And Joey was getting it,
Dude.
too.
Yeah, he was
We
good.
should be up there. I was talking to...
You said we?
Oh, yeah. David. I was talking to David. So, Christmas service, we should have everyone playing, like, drums in a band that never has played an instrument before.
That'd be so bad.
Because I've never played an instrument before. Like, never. Me have the... Carter. No, wait, he's playing
Carter's,
instruments.
bro,
You
plays
could be
drums.
singing. David could play...
I can't sing, but I've played an instrument. I've played 2 instruments.
You haven't sang before. David said he's playing a saxophone. He can play
I
saxophone,
used to
although
play
he's
saxophone.
played... I mean, dude, we got a
Dude, that
lineup.
sax solo was insane. I loved it.
Joel
So good.
Gongoloff playing the guitar. I mean, we had a squad.
Well, we definitely could feel the squad, but it would be terrible.
I think me and David are cooking up something very funny for our squad weekend with a
Okay,
saxophone
man.
and the big drum. Anyway, where we are going to? Georgia, their toughness. Tackle shop. So we're at a tackle shop today, and there's like this really long. There's the top water bait. It has a long neck on it, and so it gets more action. And my brother goes, "Look, what's that Georgia quarterback's name?" I go, "Carson Beck." He goes, "Hey, it looks like him." And that thing neck was like that long, and the bait's like that long. I was like, "That's it. That's Carson Beck, man. It's Carson Beck."
You thought Stetson Bennett was ugly? Nah.
And Ben Standard admits it. Surprisingly, he's like, "Yeah, he's ugly."
Everybody knows.
I don't know how.
Where
he
did
has a
eyebrows go?
Hey, I can't be talking. I can't.
Yeah, but you're blonde.
He's not.
Yeah, I know he's not. Dude, you got a mohawk now.
I do?
Oh, kind of. It's just sticking up towards the back. Mullet hawk. It's not going up.
Oh.
It was just up because of being on your head.
Ben Standard, what was that episode you two had? It had like 200 something views. That one episode with just you and him?
Week 14 or 15?
Yeah. He said, I heard
around
Maddox Martin got a mohawk. And I was
Mullet.
watching it from the
And I said
mountains. Mullet. And I was watching it from the mountains. I was like, man, you make me so proud.
Man, you make me so proud, he says.
Yep.
That's funny.
Got the mullet going. Funny story about the mullet.
Funny story about the mullet, he says.
Renovation School of Media. I've talked about this briefly. Our church, Renovation Church. We have a School of Media in the summertime. It's a week long. And what it is...
Bro, I know where you're going with this.
Everyone knows when I say Renovation School of Media, they know I'm the driving force. I'm sorry, Alex.
You're not the driving force, bro.
I am just... Every year, they know what they're going to get.
We do know what we're going to get from you, bro.
But it's a week-long summer thing. Get the sign up, pay for it, whatever. And then you get there, and first 2 days, you learn how to make a movie. And the last 3 days, you're with a team. You have a category. You have a setting. And you make a movie. It's really sick. And first year, movies were decent.
My groups was good.
What was your... Oh, yeah. Yours is good. Another group's was good.
The
Cowboy one.
Yeah, the cowboy one.
Mine was not good. I don't know how we got movie. I'm sorry, Noah Schilling, but our movie was not good.
Well, he wasn't even supposed to do it. It was just because Andrew was sick.
Yeah. And second year, dude, everyone stepped it up. My group, I think
all the second year videos were
I
so
think
good.
my group had the best video.
Yours is probably the funniest.
Yeah. The reason I'm saying this is since year one, I was trying to fit. My character was this goofy guy who got in a lot of arguments. I was trying to figure out, as I just had a regular skin fade, whatever, soccer haircut, and I was like, what can I do that's something different? And I overheard someone talking about a mullet wig. I said, hey, yo, what's that mullet wig you're talking about? And it's a mullet wig. Can you, like, put a picture up there? My mom can send it
You'll
to
have
me.
to send me a picture,
Yeah.
but yeah.
man, it is just gorgeous. I mean, the way
It's
it curves.
so ugly. It's exactly
The
what you
wave.
think of when you think of a bad mullet.
It's just a wave.
It looks like Theo Von.
gorgeous. And it's just, and the second year I brought it back, I did a scene where I was jumping into my pool, took it off, flung it. Oh, man. And I was telling everyone since year 1 and 2, dude, I'll look good with the mullet. I'll look good with the mullet. And they're like,
This
could look
mullet
good
is
with
way different than the mullet he wears.
you'll see the picture. This is a lot different, but I'm not growing it out that long.
No, this is the kind of mullet you should have. You should not have a mullet like that wig.
No. But, yes, that's just all that was about. Notre Dame wins.
Notre Dame wins.
Okay, last game. Let's go through this a little quickly. Penn State, Boise State, December 31st, 7:30. Penn State wins 31-28. Closer game
It's
than
gonna be
people
close,
think.
man. Boise State's
I
good.
think Ashton Jitten carries this team on the back in the game. Boise State shouldn't have a first round bye. I think should have lost in the first round. It's just the Kings of the 12 team
They should
playoff.
have lost the first round.
Anyway, Penn State's look
They were
good.
the ninth. They
Penn State
were
looks
the ninth
good.
seed when they did.
They look good. It's gonna be hard to pass the ball. It's gonna be hard to run the ball, even if you have a high. Hot takes. Nashville hot Fritos.
Oh man.
Yeah, baby. My first hot take is Ohio State could run the table.
Oh, I back that up. How about this? How about we take one for each hot take that you say?
Okay. Uno.
That's pretty tasty. Yeah. All right, what's the
Not even that hot. Those are good. They're really good. I'm actually gonna keep those that time. Whoa, it kicks in a little bit later. Wow. You feel it. You feel
Yeah, I'm feeling it, which means you're definitely feeling it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like right there.
It's good, right in the throat. It's a good hit.
Yeah.
It's good.
Pretty solid. Ohio State could run the table. They have the squad, but they have to do what they did against Tennessee.
They gotta play angry. They gotta play like they got a point to prove.
Throw it at Jeremiah
Dude,
Smith.
I love watching it.
Yeah,
So,
that was a great game.
I grew up in Michigan. I didn't like Ohio State, and I didn't like them because they were like physical, but in a cheap way.
Yeah.
A lot of cheating, a lot of like gross
You
penalties.
can't be talking. You're a Michigan fan.
Oh my gosh, a lot of bad penalties, but just they started to be kind of electric, and I was like, they're fun to watch.
They are.
And so I started kind of like them,
I've liked them.
and
since-
past couple years has been a little annoying. Ryan Day's been a bit of a baby sometimes,
yeah. Dude, here's my thing with the Ryan.
but man, when they play like they played yesterday, I love them.
My best friend since 3rd grade. I have like a couple, like maybe 2 best friends. This guy stayed with me since 3rd grade. He's a dog. Jackson Boone. Shout out. A couple guys watching. Carter Todd knows him. He does jiu-jitsu with him. Plays soccer with him. He's a striker. I'm the middle D. That connection. I shoved a fork up his throat in 3rd grade in cafeteria. I'm not even kidding. I was messing around with
That's
him.
how boys become friends, bro.
Absolutely. I was sitting in the principal's office. No doctors right near the principal, so I was just sitting there. I could hear like crying in the back room. I was like, I think we're gonna be some pretty good friends. Took a fork, messing with him, shoved it up his throat. His little, what's that little dangly thing?
Adam's
there?
apple? Oh,
Like, ah!
uvula.
Yeah. I like, pulled it out. He's like, ah! And then went to the doctor's office. He's crying. She's like, did you hit him? I was like, no, I forked him on his throat. And
That's getting clipped.
no, I forked him. Dude, do that. We're stepping up the clips. There's some funny moments. We should do the season finale of the best memories.
Oh my.
The funniest clips. Like
I can make a
bloopers.
season recap video.
Yes, that would be awesome. But yeah, I forked him.
Jaquavion Sellers.
Busting.
If you haven't watched that episode, you got to go watch it.
Jeez, what was that, like 3 weeks ago?
It's week 16, I think.
Yeah. So, anyway, we're good friends. He's been an Ohio State fan for all his life. And I was like, Ohio State, they're pretty cool. And just recently, dude, they wear their scarlet unis. I saw them walking out. And
When I first saw them, they didn't look right. But I think my eyes were just messed up.
Oh.
Because I'm colorblind.
Really?
Yeah, so I think my eyes were just like messed up and they looked weird. But then like, I was like, wait, no. My eyes like adjusted. And I was
Am
like,
I
oh,
still
okay.
white in your eyes?
Yeah, bro, that's not how that works.
Just making sure. Anyway,
It's a nice purple hoodie you got on there.
actually,
No, bro. It's brown.
oh, that's good. Yes. So I've lied how I say it.
Bro, you
Scarlet
go back and watch our videos, and they're like blue and green.
I'll Scalper. But yeah, Ohio State could run the table. Their biggest obstacle is the best team in Oregon. If they beat this, I think they could run the table.
All right. What's next?
Scatterboo will have a very tough time running against the Notre Dame defense.
You Texas?
Texas, yes. Yeah. Cam Scatterboo is really good running back, but Texas, I mean, we saw what they did against Clemson. We saw how they contained Trevor Etienne for Georgia for the most part. Jeez. Wow. Trevor Etienne for the most part against Georgia. And they're so electric. They have so many.
They're good.
I get that. I mean, I think it's going to be a really tough time. If I get mine. It's going to be a really tough time to run against their D-line.
What else were you saying?
Magical.
I can see the audio peaking.
One thing I was thinking of when I was writing the script, I want to make an off-season trophy. The off-season Heisman.
I want it.
The
I want to win
Heisman
it.
is before the off-season. Let's make a Heisman for this podcast that's after the championship. He said Sean Watson should have won the Heisman when he won the championship, but Lamar did. Oh, mine's backwards.
I got you. Yeah, end of the season, Heisman.
So I'll make a little Heisman trophy. And
Well, give it to me, because I'm the best.
humility is also a strength. But I think that Riley Leonard could be an early candidate if he goes all the way.
He's had a good year. He hasn't done a lot of passing, but he's got 15 rushing touchdowns on the year.
Wow. But let's make one thing clear. The winner does not always have to be the team who wins the championship. It's the guy who performed the best throughout the playoffs. Which still
It's
means
probably not going to be any of the teams that lost in the first round.
K played really good, though.
It's not going to be him.
No. SMU and Indiana are frauds.
Is it really a hot take? I think they got exposed. I don't think they were frauds. I just think we saw teams that are good, but they're not at that next level. And they haven't played a lot at that next level.
Yep.
And maybe if they keep building teams like they did this year, they could get to that level for sure.
But they're not there.
But they're not there this year.
Yep.
And I mean, it's been proved. It's not a hot take. It's been proved.
Yep. I've said a couple weeks past, they're not.
They just don't have experience playing these top-level teams.
Yes. I agree completely. Shout out.
Wait, we didn't take one for that.
Yeah. Shout out. First team. 2 teams, 2 players that did good on the last week. First team, Tennessee's fans. They had like 50-something% fans there.
Not that much.
Like 30, I think.
They had a lot of their fans make the trip.
They had a lot of fans there.
Too bad you lost.
Bad, too.
Yeah, you got cooked.
Cooked. But shout out Tennessee fans.
You got cooked by some nuts. Buckeye nuts.
Sorry.
They volunteered for it.
Set.
They're the volunteers, bro.
Okay, second team, Ohio State. On topic, but they played great. They played against the weather. I mean, they just played really good. We've said enough. We've praised them a lot this episode. Great job, Ohio State. Now you got to play Oregon. Great job, you play Oregon.
My first shout out gonna be Oregon. Great bye week. Really. I got him.
I like them.
He's like, what?
I like them so much. I agreed with them.
Yeah. No, my first shout out is gonna be ND. They played a solid game. Great running. Longest running touchdown in college football playoff history. The first time ever that Indiana has been the center of college football for a couple hours. And then I'm also going to have to go with Ohio State. Man, I love that game. The half I watched. Electric. That's fun football to watch.
Yeah. My first player is Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith, what a man. I can't decide who I like better, Ryan Williams or Jeremiah Smith. They're both electric. They're both dynamic.
I want to get him on the same team.
Amen. I think Ryan Williams...
Somebody pay him big money.
Ryan Williams should transfer to Ohio State, or they should both transfer to Clemson.
They should both transfer to UNC.
That is true.
And Quinn Ewers as well.
Here, Arch Manning, he's not going to, but he should transfer to UNC.
No, they're trying to get Ewers.
Oh. Why is he staying? That'll be really cool. My second player is Penn State's defense. They play really good. They almost scored as much points as their offense did. Against a really good SMU offense. They had a really good game. And they kept their quarterback relatively locked up. Not relatively. They locked him up completely. And just an amazing game from their defense.
I'm going to shout out, this is one player, but it's two players. Gridiron Price.
Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, and Jeremiah Love. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name. Jeremiah Love and Gridiron Price.
I can't remember the other guy's name. All I know is Jeremiah Love.
And I'm going to shout them out. Incredible run game.
Yep.
They were combined for around 300, I think, on the night against Indiana, who is solid.
They have a
weren't
good run
obviously-
defense, yeah.
Obviously, they're frauds, but still, just some great running. You flung one out.
Wow.
And then my other one is going to be Will Howard.
Yeah.
Dude had a night. He was throwing a lot to Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith was wide open. But he got some balls to Mika Buka. He got a couple good key runs in. Just consistent passer on the night. Very good. I mean, he was, by half, I think he was over 200 yards. And I think he finished the game with maybe 300 something or maybe even 400.
Shoo. Whoa. That is it for Gridiron Talk Week 18. And I know we didn't get all three of us on the podcast for this Christmas episode, but we're one of getting all of us on the podcast for the season finale.
It will happen.
It will happen. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, 311 yards, only 5 incomplete attempts.
Wow.
He went good.
That was a game.
And the one interception, if I remember right, it wasn't his fault. It was a tip ball.
Well, this is our Christmas episode. We had a great Christmas. Last Christmas was a great Christmas, and we followed up with
And we
another great
didn't have to
Christmas.
eat El Spaghetti this year.
That was great. Go watch that episode. It's incredible. Have a great Christmas. Peace out.
Merry Christmas!